Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Reject Films, back with another review from Wild Eye Releasing. Um, this was sent to me by them for review purposes. And yeah, this is American Mummy from 2014. And I will say this is probably my least favorite of the batch that they sent me. And I try not to be too hard on movies because I know what goes into, the production of a film and all the hard work that they do put into these. But man, this one was a pretty tough watch. You have a mummy on the cover there that you don't even really see much of at all, and just kind of lays there the whole time. There's no it coming to life or anything. So it's very misleading. But yeah, the plot of this movie is pretty much a guy and a girl are out hiking through the desert, and I believe they're both researchers. And the guy comes across a cave type area and goes in, and then she walks in behind him shortly after, and he's killed with a spear that I guess just sitting there or something. I don't really know how it happened, but so he dies, and you fast forward 3 months later, and she's back at the same site with a whole team of researchers, including a famous doctor or something. And they start to. It's kind of hard to explain. Not a whole lot really goes on there at the beginning until one of the women finally come across an ancient book from the Aztec culture, and she is looking through the book and having these visions and all this kind of stuff of sacrifice type stuff going on and everything like that. And then she convinces one of the guys who has the hots for her or whatever to steal this knife from another girl. Some kind of ancient special knife used back in them days. And they go down to where the mummy is and cut themselves, and she drips blood on him and does some other weird stuff trying to, I don't know if she's trying to bring him back to life or what she's doing, but yeah. Then things start getting a little bit weird. She ends up dying. Try not to give everything away, but yeah, she ends up dying and then coming back to life later on and kind of infecting others. After that point, it turns pretty much into an infection movie more than a mummy movie, with green slime and maggots and bugs and stuff like that coming out of their mouths. And yeah, it's not at all what I expected it to be. I figured the mummy would come back to life and the mummy would wreak havoc on people, but that's not what happens at all. Like I say, most of the movie, you're sitting there watching the mummy just halfway buried in the ground. They do remove the face mask, whatever, at a certain point, and you see, underneath there. But yeah, it's not a mummy movie. It's more of an infection movie. So, and the effects weren't really terrible. I will give them credit on a lot of the practical effects in this movie. It's probably the best part, plus a couple decent scenes of nudity, which were okay, but didn't make up for definitely how bad this movie was. It was just not a lot going on in here, and I just really lost interest after about the first half an hour or so. I don't know. Like I say, definitely the weakest one of the batch, but if it sounds interesting to you guys, definitely check it out. If you guys are looking for fans of any kind of infection type movies, then I would say maybe check this one out if you come across it cheap enough. Like I say, most of their releases are pretty reasonable, but yeah, I overall I can't really recommend watching this one. But here's the here's the back here, and it says it includes the 2D and 3D versions, but I didn't see an option on there to select which version, so I don't know. The acting overall is what you expect from this kind of movie. I mean, not great by any means. I did like a couple of the characters, but especially the main doctor. You can kind of tell he was just kind of a sleaze bag and everything, and had his own agenda and everything like that. But I don't know. It pretty much takes place in one spot when they're campground they have set up in the desert there, and yeah, like I say, aside from the few decent practical effects and a couple good nude scenes, there's not really much going for this movie. But yeah, that is American Mummy from 2014. Like I say, if it sounds interesting to you guys, check it out. If not, then just pass on this one, guys. And this will be my last review for a little bit last review for Wild Eye. Until they send me some more films. This was the last one of that bunch. So I hope you guys are enjoying these. I'm definitely having usually a good time watching these releases. This one, it just didn't have that fun factor. Most of them are bad, but in a good way. You at least have fun with them. But this one there just wasn't much entertainment value. Like I say, most of their covers are misleading, but this one you have like a mummy coming to life and everything like that. That just does not happen. So, yeah, that's it for this review, guys. Short and sweet. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.